Do you like me?
Just like me.
Like Me TV Fresno on Facebook. Get the latest news, interact with others, watch videos, become a fan of me. Exclusively brought to you by Ventura TV.
Hello, I'm John Malos. Today on the program on Connect with Me on Me TV Fresno, we'll be talking about drunk drivers here in the city of Fresno and across the U.S. We'll be talking specifically about the Lauren LeBeau case. He's the one accused or charged with killing little Donovan Maldonado. We have a guest in our studio. He is from M.A.D.D, Mothers Against Drunk Drivers. Your phone calls at 265-4331 are very crucial on this day. As many of you might know or have read in the paper or perhaps online, Lauren LeBeau was in court again yesterday here in the city of Fresno. Of course, he is represented by Jeffrey Hammerschmidt. He was on our program last month. He could not make it today, but of course, Lauren LeBeau is accused and charged with killing little Donovan Maldonado on July the 25th near Millbrook and Perrin. Let's go to the video and we'll show you some pictures of Lauren LeBeau in court. There is Hammerschmidt on the right, LeBeau on the left. And he is the Central High coach. Lauren LeBeau pleading not guilty last month to vehicular manslaughter, hit and run charges that led to the killing of 7-year-old Donovan Maldonado on July the 25th. LeBeau is facing prison time, but the question is how much? The charges to which he pled on last month were much different than the initial charges that he actually faced in court. Now, Police Chief Jerry Dyer had initially said that LeBeau could face up to 26 years in prison, but his attorney, Jeffrey Hammerschmidt, is now saying that may not be the case. He is out on bail. Live in our studio right now is Barry Gleeson. He is from Mothers Against Drunk Drivers, M.A.D.D. He's been a victim of being hit by a drunk driver. It happened about 23 years ago. He was hit by a drunk driver in the city of Visalia. He's been with M.A.D.D for the better part of that time, 20 years plus. He is here to take your phone calls at area code 559-265-4331. Barry Gleeson from M.A.D.D, Mothers Against Drunk Drivers. If you have a comment, if you have a question, if you have anything to say about this issue, drunk drivers, and the Lauren LeBeau case specifically, call our number today. Make sure and turn down the sound on your television set and be specific to the topic. 265-4331. Drunk drivers is the topic today. Lauren LeBeau, who's accused and charged with killing little Donovan Maldonado. Your phone calls are very important on this day. Back in a minute.
Ventura TV Appliance Center. We're the save energy, save time, save money place. The Energy Star qualified #1 rated high-efficiency Cabrio from Whirlpool Place. You heard right. Right now, save big on select Whirlpool Cabrio laundry pairs and pay no interest when paid in full within 6 months. At the hometown low price, think outside the big box place. Since 1951, Ventura TV Appliance Center. We're working hard to be your place.
Welcome back. Barry Gleeson is here from M.A.D.D, Mothers Against Drunk Drivers. Barry, welcome to the program.
Very welcome. Thank you very much.
Okay, speak up there so everybody
well,
can
yes,
hear you.
thank you very much.
No,
nice to be here.
How you doing?
Very well, sir. Very well.
All right. So what do you think of this Lauren LeBeau case? Of course, he is charged with killing 7-year-old Donovan Maldonado on July the 25th near Millbrook and Perrin. He's out on bail. What do you know about the case? He was in court again yesterday.
Well, the tragedy of this case, it affects two families. I mean to say it affects the victim's family and his family because of the tragedy. This is a situation that this should not have happened because of the education that we've been doing about drinking and driving. And the tragedy is that both of those families' lives are changed forever. And because of the fact that the loss of their son, the daughter, I understand, is still critically injured in the hospital. And so, and he faces, I would not agree with the chief because we don't know. I think
he made those initial comments. Now
yes.
Hammerschmidt, his defense attorney, LeBeau's defense attorney, is saying that may not be the case because of the way the law is.
The way the law is, yes, absolutely. And he probably can get anywhere from 10 to 15 years. That's the way we look at that's the way looking at the situation now.
Now, Jeffrey Hammerschmidt was on our program last month. Now, this is what he said. He said that crosswalk should never have been built. It's a dangerous crosswalk. It was night time, of course. It was at night. It was hard to see. Those are some of the excuses that he was using. What's your response to that?
Well, the police went out and as you know, they closed that intersection and they did an investigation there on that. The point is, taking all those things into consideration, he is responsible because he's driving a car under the influence of alcohol. There's no excuse for that. People that drink and drive are criminals in every sense of the law, and they're potential killers. And you saw it. That's a perfect example of what happened.
Let me take this call here. Good morning. You're on Connect with Me with Barry Gleeson. What's your question?
Actually, I don't have a question. I have a comment.
Go ahead.
Having been on both sides of that coin, I think that the laws against drunk drivers need to be harsher, and they need to enforce them when a person has first been stopped and charged for DUI, regardless of whether they've been involved in an accident. Because
okay, you need to turn down. Ma'am, can you turn the sound down on your TV? We're getting feedback, please.
Yes.
Turn it down. Thank you. Okay.
Yes.
We've got to. Okay, ma'am, I'm sorry. We're going to have to cease the phone call because we're getting feedback and I can hear your television. But I appreciate your call. So, what do you think, Barry? We need to tighten up the regulations and the laws regarding drunk driving and drunk drivers.
Well, you have to go back into history a little bit. You got to go back before 1980. There was no laws on the book, absolutely nothing. And you could drink, drive, you could kill people, and have no. There was just you may lose your license. That's about it. When M.A.D. came in, all that changed. We've been responsible for 3,000 different laws that we've put on the books.
What should be changed now in the law to make the laws tighter and stricter for drunk drivers? What, in your opinion, should be changed?
Well, I think on the first offense, I think they should serve time in jail, because there's no. This is the problem. They go into the court here, but here's the problem with society. People have to realize this is a violent crime. This is the most violent crime in America. More people are killed by drunk drivers than people by guns.
Okay, another call. Please turn down the sound on your TV. At least I hope it's turned down. Good morning. You're on Connect with Me. What's your question for Barry Gleeson?
I just want to make a comment. I'm from New York State, and their drunk driving law there is it's an automatic 6 months on their first offense plus forfeiture of their vehicle.
Yeah.
And I'd like to know why they can't do something like that here.
Well, I don't know if Barry can answer that, but I appreciate your comment and your concern and your phone call very much, sir. Thank you.
I appreciate your call, because in Australia, where I'm from originally, because I was over there just recently, that's exactly what they do there.
6 months in jail?
6 months in jail, yeah, and on the first offense, and you lose your car, for that period.
How about your license?
Oh, the license, of course.
Right.
You without the car and without the license. Now, they're .05 over there, and when I was over there, I found that people are very cautious about driving because the laws are so strict there that they've had a great reduction in their DUIs. Over here, I mean, that's a democracy. We're a republic. We have a constitution,
Right.
and so it would be difficult to get that law, because until society comes to grips with the fact that this is the most violent crime in America, and let me say this: 1 in 3 families will be affected by a DUI in their lifetime. One in three families
in this country.
in this country.
Okay, let me put up some full screen pictures up on the screen so everybody can see them. We'll put up a picture of Lauren LeBeau here, because he was driving drunk along Shepherd between Millbrook and Perrin, of course, on the night of the 25th. That would be July, when he struck and killed 7-year-old Donovan Maldonado as he tried to bicycle his way, as you know, across the street in the crosswalk. And of course, here's the crosswalk as we take a look at a shot of it. Now, that's a daytime shot. We took that from Google Maps. Leave that up there just for a minute if you can. Remember, the accident happened at night, as I said. Police also say that Donovan's father and 18-month-old sister were also hit by LeBeau, severely injured, of course. Police report also says that LeBeau dragged Donovan's body several hundred feet. Then he fled the scene. His blood alcohol level was 0.11, well above the legal limit of 0.08. What infuriates you the most about this case?
Well, the leniency on the part of the judge with the bail, because he should be in jail right now. That bail should have been $1.2 million, which the law specifically states. Of course, the judge has he can vary that, which is most unfortunate, because it's very obvious the judge doesn't realize what a serious crime this is. This is a violent crime. He leaves the scene.
The initial bail for this would be $1.2 million, and you'd be in jail. But the judge in this case reduced the bail to $285,000,
and because he
put an ankle monitor on him.
That's true, but because he had no previous record.
Why did the judge do that?
Well, I don't know. You'd have to ask the judge that. I can't.
Because he had no record. He had a clean record.
Yeah. Well, yes, and he was a coach and so forth,
and highly respected in the community.
Highly respected in the community, and they didn't think the DA. I give great credit to the DA. The DA wanted that 1.2 and he'd be put in jail.
Should LeBeau be in jail now?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. We're back with more of Barry Gleeson and your phone calls here on Connect With Me, 265-4331 in a moment.
Is taking care of laundry taking too much of your time? Have you become a missing mom? With a new fast, efficient washer and dryer from Ventura TV Video Appliance, you'll spend more of your day the way you want.
This Amana Super Capacity Washer Dryer Pair is now just $6.99, and this heavy-duty Maytag Super Capacity Washer Dryer Pair is only $8.99.
Don't spend your life on laundry. Upgrade today at Ventura TV Video Appliance and save.
Talking with Barry Gleeson of Mothers Against Drunk Drivers. That's M.A.D.D. Now, you were a victim some 22 years ago plus, right? What happened? Tell us.
Well, I was driving down on north on Highway 83, and all of a sudden this car just crossed the line and smashed into me. And only by the grace of God am I here today. And the guy was so drunk, the CHP had to literally lift him out of the car. And here's the point that I want to stress to you. We talk about guns. If this had been a case by a gun, the guy would be in jail, okay? But they take a different, it's just a drunk driver, it's no big deal. It is a big deal. It's the most violent crime. And your chances here in Fresno, I want you to remember this, count the 10 cars, because in one of those cars, a person will be under the influence of alcohol or a drug or a substance.
What do you make of Hammerschmidt's comments? I asked you this earlier. Are the excuses that he made that it was dark, it's a dangerous crosswalk, the family should not have been crossing in that crosswalk at night? We have some video. Let's turn around and take a look at the video. The nighttime video, Barry, at a precisely the same time, not the same night, but this is the scene right here. And what do you think of some of those comments? Too dark, too dangerous, family should not have been out there.
Well, my reply is that he shouldn't have been under the influence of alcohol. I mean, he's responsible. He's an adult. He knows the dangers of drinking and driving. I don't care what those conditions that you state there. If he had been not under the influence of alcohol, he would have been more careful when he came to that crossing. But because he's under the influence of alcohol, he probably didn't even see it. Very obviously by the fact that he dragged the little boy, several feet and
several hundred
feet. Yes.
Right.
And so that's just an excuse.
So Hammerschmidt's comments and excuses don't hold water, in your opinion?
Not in my opinion, no.
Right. So I'm looking at statistics here, and we can read these stats all day long, but it says here, according to USA Today, about a third of all drivers arrested for drunk driving are repeat offenders, according to M.A.D D. Is that true?
That is true, absolutely.
Where do you get those figures from? How do you know?
Well, we get those from the DMV and the highway patrols across the nation on all these facts.
It also says 50% to 75% of the drivers whose licenses are suspended, taken away, drive continuously without a license.
That's correct.
Is that true?
That's true, absolutely. Well, look at all these checkpoints that we have. You can see where these people are driving without licenses.
How do you think the enforcement here is here in Fresno? I remember a few years ago, 2006, Fresno Police Department got a lot of publicity, and in some cases, they were highly critical of the police department for the tactics that they were using in trying to capture drunk drivers. They would go into bars, spy on them, and then whoever was drinking, they'd go out in the parking lot. If they would get behind the car, then police would pull them over. What do you think about using a tactic like that?
Well, if it's going to save lives, I think it's, I'm all for it. I mean, look, the Fresno Police Department has the finest DUI unit in the country. Okay?
In what way?
Well, on their enforcement. Excuse me, that Chief Dyer made this a priority, that DUIs, we need stricter DUI enforcement. He's done a tremendous job with his department in doing this. And so...
are they still enforcing
absolutely. You have DUI.
The way that they did 4, 5, 6 years ago?
Well, they're limited now by manpower. I mean, to say their manpower is being cut, they're doing the best that they possibly can under the circumstances. They have DUI checkpoints every weekend, and they have the enforcement. And
how closely does M.A.D. work with the police department?
Very closely. Because,
in what way?
Well, in getting the laws passed, in supporting what they do. I don't think people have enough respect or realize just how important the police department is to a society.
What does M.A.D. do, though? What's the role of Mothers Against Drunk Drivers? What is the role of the organization? I know the people that are involved there have had family members, relatives, friends killed by drunk drivers. What's your role as being a part of M.A.D.?
Well, our role is to educate people on the dangers of drinking and driving. We support victims when they go to court. We have victims advocates where people that have been affected by this violent crime can meet and talk with people that have been also affected by this crime. The most important thing that we do is to be in the community, to be very visible as to the dangers of this, having the laws passed so the police have the tools to get the job done.
All right. Let's turn you around here. Listen to Jerry Dyer, the police chief, what he had to say about this Lauren LeBeau case. Let's take a look and listen.
Donovan's mother, who had been jogging ahead of them, heard the impact and immediately turned, saw the vehicle driving away, and began to run after that vehicle while yelling at the driver to stop. What the friend told us, that Lauren had screwed up, that he thought he hit somebody, and asked his friend what to do. The reason this collision occurred was because an individual chose to consume significant amounts of alcohol, got behind the wheel of a car, and drove that vehicle.
All right, you heard what Police Chief Jerry Dyer had to say shortly after the accident that took the life of Donovan Maldonado. Well, it was a
violent crime.
A violent crime. Okay, manslaughter are the charges that he's facing. Dyer's comments. Respond to them.
I think they're very suitable. I think what the chief said was absolutely correct. The guy had a responsibility when he got in that vehicle, he shouldn't have been driving. He should have had somebody, a designated driver.
He drove twice.
That's
under
right.
The influence
Well,
that
he
night.
drove all the way from Bass Lake to Fresno. How he got that far is beyond me.
And then he fled the scene.
Then he fled the scene.
And then drove back under the influence.
From what I understand, and this may be correct or incorrect, that he called somebody on the telephone, and they convinced him to go back to the scene of the crime.
Right.
And so that's just my understanding. Whether that's true or false, I don't know.
All right, Barry, we're going to continue our conversation. Got to take a quick time out here for the Connect with Me Daily Deal with Dennis Patton. Our conversation on drunk driving continues. Your phone calls are important, 265-4331.
Ventura TV Appliance Center. We're the go big, thin as in, flats where it's at place. The HD 3D web-enabled electronics and TV place. You following me?
LG's 50-inch flat panel TV is great for sports, and the 600 hertz subfield driving virtually eliminates motion blur. Get it now for just $5.99.
At the big screen surround sound, no more $12 popcorn place. Since 1951, Ventura TV Appliance Center. We're working hard to be your place.
Howdy, I'm John Malos, and I'm here to tell you all about me. Me TV, that is. When nothing else matters but boots and chaps and cowboy hats, Me TV is where you ought to be. From the Cartwrights on the Ponderosa to Marshall Dillon keeping peace in Dodge, Me TV is your station for Western hits like Bonanza and Gunsmoke, the Big Valley branded Rawhide, the Wild Wild West, and more. So dust off your boots and saddle up and visit MeTVFresno.com to learn how to get Me TV for free.
Is taking care of laundry taking too much of your time? Have you become a missing mom? With a new, fast, efficient washer and dryer from Ventura TV Video Appliance, you'll spend more of your day the way you want. Save now on Frigidaire's Advanced Affinity Laundry Pair. Let Frigidaire save you energy, water, and time. Don't spend your life on laundry. Upgrade today at Ventura TV Video Appliance and save.
Hi, my name's Dennis, and I'm back here on the floor of Ventura TV, and it's Friday. Great Friday. But anyway, we're here to show you a great value today. We have a Pro-style Frigidaire toaster. 2 toasters. This is a great little piece to have. It is an LED little readout unit. It cooks your toast super. Look at that. We have a bagel. We also have the up and down. On that, it goes up to 7. It has a bagel setting. It has a reheat setting. It also has a defrost setting. And it has a countdown monitor where it'll count down and tell you when it's ready. It will beep at you. So no more guessing when it's ready. Look at this piece of toast. Isn't that beautiful? Even cooking. That's a number 4. That's my favorite one. This also has an effortless lift bar. So in other words, when you got a small piece of toast, no more burnt fingers to pull that toast out. Also, this does have a easy function clean out unit for your bottom of the toaster so you don't have all those crumbs laying all over the floor. Who wants to clean that mess up? And let's talk about price today, folks. Normally this piece sells for $79.99. We have it on special every day on our floor for $59.99. But for today till Monday, weekend special till Monday, $49.99. Nobody else in town has this unit. Only one that shows is Lowe's, and it's basically saying it's online. We have this in stock. So come down and see us. This is our Friday daily deal, and thank you for watching. We appreciate it.
Well, you're welcome, Dennis. And I couldn't have said it better myself. We're back with more of Barry Gleeson. And your phone calls about drunk drivers, 265-4331. But make sure and turn that sound down on your TV. Thank you.
Ventura TV Appliance Center. We're the save energy, save time, save money place. The Energy Star qualified, ready, steam equipped, high efficiency Frigidaire Affinity place. You heard right. Right now, save big on select Frigidaire laundry pairs and pay no interest when paid in full within 6 months. At the hometown low price, think outside the big box place. Since 1951, Ventura TV Appliance Center. We're working hard to be your place.
now on, when I sneeze, I'll try to sneeze more friendly.
And we're back with drunk driving. That's the issue on this day. Barry Gleeson of M.A.D., Mothers Against Drunk Drivers. We have very little time. You want to get a phone call in, 265-4331. We've been talking most of the show about Lauren LeBeau. That's the case. He is charged now with manslaughter. Manslaughter charges are what he faces in the killing of 7-year-old Donovan Maldonado on July the 25th. But there are other drunk driving cases, right, Barry, in Fresno that are pending, like 4 or 5 others.
Right.
Am I correct?
Absolutely.
Are you familiar with those?
Yep. Yeah, particularly that one out on 99, where the young lady was putting out the signs, and then this driver came through, broke through the barrier, and killed her instantly.
Oh, yeah.
And
all right. Another phone call, Barry. Let's see what this one's all about. Good morning. You're on Connect with Me.
Good morning, John. Listen, I think this guy can be rehabilitated.
Who's that? Who's that?
And what makes me say that?
No, who are you talking about?
The drunk driver.
Okay.
Why I say that, because someone told him to go back. He listened to him. Even though he may not have been compliant at that moment. Okay, he came back. Then this guy should be a poster child for Fresno, California. And he should go to every high school in town until the cows come home. You know? That's how I feel. And in jail. Come and go. Okay, that's all I have to say.
I appreciate your phone call. Thank you so much. That's a great call, a great question. Can Lauren LeBeau be rehabilitated? Can any drunk driver be rehabilitated?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely, because we have some people in M.A.D. now that have been rehabilitated, and they realize that the balance of the crime that they committed, and now they're committed to going out into the schools and to various other organizations and talking about.
Can they be forgiven?
Well, yes, anybody can be forgiven. Of course they can be forgiven.
Even in such a heinous
It's a heinous crime, yeah. Well, particularly in that case that we had, I'm talking about with the young lady that was killed out on 99.
She worked for Caltrans, I believe.
Well, no, she was working for a private contractor where Caltrans had a contract with them.
Okay.
But it's my understanding that their family, they wanted to see justice, but they realized that forgiveness was a very important part.
Yeah. What are a couple of other cases that are pending here in Fresno?
There's another one pending where the girl, this was her 3rd DUI. She out on 167, 169, and she ran into the back of this gentleman, pushed him over the embankment, and he was killed, and she is now being charged with.
But you got to admit, you got repeat offenders, 2, 3, 4, 5 times they get caught. There are some people that just cannot be rehabilitated. Is that correct?
Well, no, because everybody can be. I mean, they have to have the desire. If you have the desire to be rehabilitated, you will.
But you can't. What do you do with repeat offenders?
Well, because they haven't come to that point in their life.
But what do you do with them in the meantime? You can't let them go out and kill another person.
Well, I agree. They should be. I mean, to say you have to have.
They should be off the street.
Off the streets, absolutely. They have to be in jail until that. But sometimes, if you go to jail for 10 to 15 years, it's a very sobering effect.
All right.
Even though I've seen young people go to jail when we used to take them to jail, even on their first offense, and that was such a sobering effect to them because they realized once their door closed, they're in jail.
Barry, you're going to come back before the holidays, right?
Yes. Sir.
You and Vicky, the head of M.A.D., right here in Fresno.
Right, absolutely.
All right, Vicky White. All right. Barry Gleeson, M.A.D., Mothers Against Drunk Drivers. Stay right there, Barry. Don't go anywhere. Appreciate your time. Have a great weekend. You have a great weekend as well. You can contact us here at Connect with Me. We want your feedback, your comments via email. Have a great weekend. I hope the 49ers win, the Giants win, the Raiders win. Stephanie Berusian from KC24 is going to be our guest on Monday. See you then.
more of me?
Me?
Go to MeTVFresno.com for schedules, information on your favorite shows, videos, pictures, and more. Go to MeTVFresno.com today. Exclusively brought to you by Ventura TV.